Let me know. Want to give it a test run and see what the levels are? Well, God bless you wherever you might be tuning in. High school basketball action tonight. DMSN is where we are. The Dansville Mustangs Sports Network. Yes, it's been a year, and a lot of these youngsters at this point in time have had a big question mark in their minds, as did many of the parents and, of course, from the broadcast end of things as well. We were all wondering exactly what was going to happen with this pandemic, but at any rate, here we are back at the Mustangs Corral in Dansville. High school basketball action tonight as two old-time Livingston County Division I rivals get together as Dansville and Livonia do battle here tonight. Both teams unbeaten as they come into the basketball action here tonight, as the Dansville Mustangs come in with a record of 1-0, and the Livonia Bulldogs come in with a mark of 3-0. And of course, Dansville at this particular point in time had that game postponed with the Bath Haveling Rams. That game will be made up next Sunday, the 28th, at 2 p.m. in the Southern Tier. So certainly a different scenario as the Be Loud, Be Proud, tell you, especially with this sparse spacing scenario. Let's pause a moment for the national anthem to honor America. Well, just to try and get you on the page with what's been going on here. The Dansville JV Mustangs emerged victorious in the opener today by a final score of 56-41. And, of course, we'll have a little bit more details on that for you a little bit later on. But right now, we're getting set to get things underway. As for the Livonia Bulldogs, they will go with 6'2 senior Stefan Gwynn in the middle. The forwards will be Sean Minahan, a 6'1 senior, and Michael Bean, a 6'3 senior. The guards will be Alex Minahan, a 5'11 senior, and Troy Galbraith, a 6'2 senior. As for the Dansville Mustangs, they will go with this starting lineup for tonight's action. Dawson Wadsworth, a 5'7 sophomore at one guard. Colin Gray, a 6'1 sophomore at the other side. The forwards will be Tyler Harris, a 5'10 sophomore, and 6'1 senior Jonah Gray. And in the middle, Drew Morrow, a 6'5 junior. The Dansville Mustangs coached by Dave Moody, and the Livonia Bulldogs coached by Matt Young, as the Livonia Bulldogs in their road orange jerseys with blue numerals trimmed in white The Dansville Mustangs in their home white jerseys with black numerals trimmed in red, as the Mustangs, their lone victory this year, coming over the Warsaw Tigers in come-from-behind fashion, 71 to 65. Meanwhile, Livonia picking up a trio of wins, big lopsided victory over East Rochester, 73-32. Last two games were close, however. They edged Warnell 54-45 and took Leroy by 10, 58-48. Our officials for tonight's game, Jack Ramirick and Rob Reed, as we get things underway. Livonia moving from right to left, as Michael Bean steps into the center circle with Drew Morrow. The Mustangs moving from left to right as we get things underway here at the Corral, as the abbreviated season almost to its 1/3 or 1/4 mark at this point in time, and the tip comes away to the Mustangs. Tyler Harris lets fly from downtown, gets it to drop, and right away Tyler Harris puts the Mustangs on the scoreboard. Less than 10 seconds into the action. On the right side, it's Alex Minahan, feeds it back out front, swing it right-hand side. Up, shooting from the outside, no good. Offensive boards by Bean, back out front. Alex Minahan short of the mark again. Saved back in by Troy Galbraith, and out of bounds, it will go to the Mustangs. So some good defense on the Mustangs' first series. And, of course, Livonia, as we mentioned, a couple of more games in at this point in time. And momentary stoppage of play. Shot clock, I believe it was. So, at any rate, ball comes inbounds, and Tyler Harris in the backcourt for the Mustangs gives it up on top. Drew Morrow outside the point on top. Swings it right-hand side. It's Jonah Gray. Gray into the right side corner. Bounce pass, entry pass down low. Morrow muscling his way. Reverse layup is good. So, Brandon Morrow at the 7:03 mark gives the Mustangs a lead of a handful. Alex Minahan with it on top for Matt Young's team. Swings it right-hand side to Galbraith. Down low, Gwynn. Give and go. Bean spinning in the paint. Whistle and a foul called. And it is going to be Drew Morrow on the reach-in. His first personal foul for the Dansville Mustangs. And he's one guy that Dave Moody does not want to see get in foul trouble, whereas Matt Young might have different thoughts. Alex Minahan looking to get it in, bounce pass underneath. Gwynn sneaks free and puts it off the window and scores. So Stephon Gwynn gets the Bulldogs on the board at the 6:42 mark. 5-2, Dansville with the lead. A whistle and a foul in the paint. It's going to be against Livonia. And it is going to be Troy Galbraith, his first, team's first. Ball will come inbounds, right side underneath on the right. Drew Morrow will trigger the inbound for Dave Moody's team, who leads the game by a score of 5-2. 6:36 left to play here in the first. Jonah Gray, right-hand side. Right side corner, it's Harris. Down low, Morrow spinning to the right, shooting over Galbraith, and gets it to drop. So Drew Morrow, after a 29-point performance his last outing against Warsaw, has a pretty good start in this one. Stop, pop, it's Michael Bean. No good, back iron whistle, and a foul coming over the back. Bulldog foul, and it looks like it is going to be against Stephon Gwynn. Or check it. No, they post up. It's Troy Galbraith, his second personal foul. So Galbraith out of there and checking into the Bulldogs lineup. Shooting downtown, Morrow rims it out on the left-hand side. Tipped out of bounds. Chris Coyle has reported in now for the Livonia Bulldogs. He'll put the ball in play, matter of fact. Dansville with a 7-2 lead. Just under 6 minutes remaining here in this first quarter on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. Glad you could be with us tonight from the Corral. Left-hand side, double-team pressure out front. Sean Minahan gives it up. Coyle cutting out front. No, beforehand. Was it a foul or were there steps? Apparently, foul called on Colin Gray. That's his first, team's second. Bulldogs will get it out of bounds underneath on the left-hand side. Alex Minahan to put it back in play, left-hand side out front. Sean Minahan, Bean in the paint, short jumper, no good. Rebound tipped up, put in by Alex Minahan. So Alex Minahan in the right place at the right time, 5:28 left, and it's a 7-4 Dansville lead. Dawson Wadsworth into the corner. Morrow, left side, looking for help. Rifles back door, going to the hole, shooting, no good off the iron. Colin Gray couldn't get it to drop. Alex Minahan taking the baseline, kicks it back out front. Sean Minahan, jump stop, and a good defensive play that time. Jonah Gray got a hand in there, and the alternate possession rule rewards the ball back to the Livonia Bulldogs. So a nice defensive play that time by Jonah Gray. Ball to come in play. Sean Minahan with it. Right side corner, Alex Minahan stops, shoots three, in and out. Right side rebound, tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Livonia. Stefan Gwynn was there along with Jonah Gray, and apparently Gwynn touched it last. Dansville by 3, 7-4, just under 5 minutes remaining here in quarter number 1. Both teams unbeaten in this abbreviated season of 10 games plus 2 possible sectionals. Right side corner, it's Jonah Gray dishing down low, turnaround, right side of the blocks. No good for Morrow, rebounded by Coyle, gives it up front, down the left side of the lane. Minahan puts it up, gets it to drop, and draws the foul. Sean Minahan with a 2+1. And the foul on Drew Morrow, his second. So Sean Minahan with a 2+1 opportunity and an opportunity to possibly tie this ball game up. Drew Morrow with his second personal foul. Checking into the game, Jacob Smith. So Smith in the game. And rims out the free throw, no good. So a 7-6 Dansville edge. Cutting down the lane, shooting and scoring, Tyler Harris. So Harris gets it right back. It's 4:17 remaining in the first, a 9-6 Dansville lead. Over the top right side, they get it out front. Alex Minahan directing traffic. Right side wing, Sean Minahan. Surprised by that pass momentarily. Stops the foul line left side. Cross-court pass knocked away and tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Dansville. Looked like it was Jonah Gray that deflected that ball out. Mustangs almost came up with a steal. Sean Minahan in front of the spaced out Dansville bench. Never thought we'd use that term, right? But we do. On top, Sean Minahan, right side, swings it into the corner. Coyle with the outside J, no good. Rebounded Wadsworth. Wadsworth pushing it up the floor on the right-hand side, leaves it out front. Harris downtown, no good. Right side rebound. Stefan Gwynn almost had it wrestled away that time by Jacob Smith. Forecourt pass on the left. It's Alex Minahan, slows things up. Right side wing, it's Gwynn. Gwynn crosses it in the paint, jump stop, puts shot off the window. Good move that time by Alex Minahan, and I believe he drew the foul on Jacob Smith. Smith's first personal foul, and Alex Minahan will go to the free throw line with 3:25 left to play in the first. Dansville with a 3-point lead at 9-6. Alex with 2 in the game and make it 3. So he drops the first one, 9-7 game, trying to turn it into a 1-point ball game. The southpaw, Alex Minahan, poised at the line, and second one on the way, and still a 2-point ball game as he gets only one to drop. 9-7, Dansville with the lead, 3:21 showing on the timer. Right side bounce pass. It is Jonah Gray. Cuts baseline right. Elevates, shoots, no good. Rebound, last touch by who? Or was there a foul called underneath? No, apparently the ball off of the Bulldogs. So Jake Smith will put the ball in play from the left-hand side. Gets it into the corner. Harris looking to pull the trigger. Gwynn on him. Dawson Wadsworth downtown. No good. Rims it out. Right side. Coyle collects the carom. Out front. Right side. Sean Minahan. Right side corner. It's Gwynn looking to take the baseline. Colin Gray on him. Outside jumper for Sean Minahan. No good. Rebounded by Harris. Harris pushing it up the floor for Dave Moody's Mustangs. Crossover dribble. Cross-court pass knocked away and taken away by the Bulldogs. Sean Minahan comes out of there with it on the run on the right side. Whistle and a foul called outside. It's going to be Dawson Wadsworth, his first, team's fifth. Checking into the ball game, Caleb Rigdon. Rigdon in, Wadsworth out for the Mustangs as Alex Minahan will put it in play underneath on the right side. Gets it left side corner. Sean Minahan cuts across the paint, running one-hander and can't get it to drop. Rebound collected by Drew Morrow. Outlet right-hand side. Harris pushing it right side wing, leaves it out front. Caleb Rigdon handles it on top, leaves it right side. Harris again with Minahan guarding him, takes the right side route. Double team, whistle, and a timeout for the Dansville Mustangs. So 2:24 left to play here in this first period at the Mustangs Corral in Dansville. We invite you to tune in our next telecast, and that will be coming your way on Saturday at 4 p.m. when the Leroy O. Acton Knights are in town to take on the Dansville Mustangs. Certainly a golden opportunity here, seeing that radio station WDNY wasn't doing anything with the ball games, and they're in the process of a move. Had an opportunity to voice over what you're watching here tonight here on DMSN, Dansville Mustangs Sports Network. Glad you could be with us tonight. The JV game went Dansville's way, 56-41. Coach Brandon Morrow's team's first victory. They dropped their opener against Warsaw. Dansville, of course, on the varsity level, coming from behind and defeating the Warsaw Tigers in their opener. And then game two with the Haverling Rams postponed due to weather considerations. And now that game will be made up at 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon on the 28th of February. So Mustangs have it. 2:24 left to play in the first quarter. Dansville a 9-7 leader. Harris comes to get it. Right side corner, Rigdon draws a double team. Ball tipped away by Alex Minahan, taken away. Sean Minahan looking to tie it, and he does. So Sean Minahan with a steal and the deuce at the 2:08 mark. And it is a 9-9 ball game. Stoppage of play as they got to reset the shot clock. Having some troubles with that over there as Sean Race and Mark McGavisk confer on that. And now we're set to go. Jonah Gray puts the ball in, and now Tyler Harris will direct the offense with 2 minutes left to play in the first. We're deadlocked at 9 apiece. Harris, cross-court pass, picked off by Minahan. Good anticipation, four-court pass. Alex Minahan trying to save it back in. No, foot was on the line, they say, and Dansville will get the basketball back. Good anticipation that time. Sean Minahan on that steal. Dansville will try to get the lead back once again here. 1:49 showing on the first quarter clock. Rigdon outside the arc, left side. Jake Smith shooting downtown, rims it out left side. It's Morrow muscling his way underneath, puts it up and in. Drew Morrow on the offensive boards with a deuce with 1:32 left to play. Dansville with an 11-9 lead as Sean Minahan handles it out front. Bryce Applin set to check in when time permits. Right side, Minahan uses the pick. Right side corner. Coyle into the paint, gives it up. Gwynn muscles it up. Shot no good. Rebound, Jake Smith. Outlet right side. Harris on the move. 1:10 showing on the clock. Dansville by 2 at 11-9. Right side, swing it left side. Rigdon, bounce pass left side corner. Smith returns it out front. Smith Circles and weaves right side. They look for Rigdon in the right side corner. Nothing there. Jump shot, foul line right. Gray, no good. Whistle and a foul called on Tyler Harris coming over the back of Stephon Gwynn. Harris, his first personal foul. Bryce Applin in for Dansville. Colin Gray is back. Drew Morrow sits. Jake Smith sits. 11-9 Dansville, 49.7 seconds left to play approximately, Mr. Spock. Right side wing, Coyle mishandles it momentarily. Sean Minahan retrieves it on top. They look to the right. On top, it's Gwynn at the foul line. Says, well, will I take it? No. So Sean Minahan with it back out front. About a 15-second differential on the game clock and the shot clock. 10 on the shot clock now, 23 on the game clock. Left side corner, it's Alex Minahan. Pump fake out front, Sean Minahan outside, no good. Rebound taken in the paint. Bean turns, spins, fires, and scores. Bean with a bucket with 10 seconds left to go, makes it 11-11. Mustangs ahead with 4, with 3, with 2, with 1. The first period is history here at the Mustangs Corral in Dansville. Your score through one period of play on the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network. The Dansville Mustangs 11, the Livonia Bulldogs 11. Can't get much closer than that. In that first quarter, Livonia 1 of 3 from the free throw line. The Dansville Mustangs did not get to the free throw line in the first period. Livonia fans, they will be hosting Avon on Saturday. The Avon Braves in town. The schedule off the Section 5 website says that game is a 7:30 game, so it must be a Saturday evening contest, whereas the Dansville game this Saturday that you'll be seeing right here against the Leroy Acton Knights, Varsity a 4 o'clock start, JV at approximately 2. Our officials Joe Ramarek and Rob Reed. The buzzer sounds, and here we go with second quarter action on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. Glad you've tuned in wherever you might be tuning in and however you might be tuning in. Chilly outside, but the action hot and heavy inside. These two teams tied at 11 apiece. Livonia with a couple of additional games under their belt. Bryce Applin will put the ball in play for the Mustangs. Caleb Rigdon out there along with Colin Gray, Dawson Wadsworth, and Jonah Gray for the Mustangs to start in this second quarter. Sean Minahan, Alex Minahan, Michael Bean, cross-court pass picked off. Alex Minahan looking to give Livonia their first lead, and he does. Alex Minahan off of the steal and the deuce. At the 7:40 mark, Livonia gets their first lead at 13-11. Stephon Gwynn and Chris Coyle in there for Matt Young's team. Stolen away again. Minahan in the paint, shooting off the window, and again getting it to drop. So Alex Minahan with a pair of steals and a pair of buckets puts Livonia in front. 15-11, timeout Dave Moody. He doesn't like what's transpired the last two trips down the floor for the Dansville Mustangs and gathers everybody around him. Dansville opened the game with a 5-0 lead. Maintained that 5-point lead for a bit, but Livonia Bulldogs patiently chipping away, and Matt Young, no stranger to coming from behind, that is for sure. And even when they are behind, you know that they're not going to give up. Matt, a Tom Downey disciple, and of course, Downey spent many of his years right here in Dansville with great success as well. God rest his soul. Mustangs push it up the floor, and now Dawson Wadsworth sets the half-court offense out front. Zone defense employed by Livonia, and the Mustangs turn it over out front. So Livonia with a 4-point lead at 15-11 gets another possession, looking to add to that. Sean Minahan, and now Alex Minahan steps across in the forecourt, left side of the arc. In the corner, it's Coyle. Looking down low, Michael Bean spinning to the right, shooting off the window, no good. Drew Morrow with a rebound. Outlets right side, Dawson Wadsworth right side. Again, good anticipation by Alex Minahan up the floor in a 3-on-2. Puts the shot off the window, gets it to drop, and draws the foul as well on Ryan Carnevale. So Alex Minahan with a steal and a potential 2+1. 6:43 left to play here in the second, and the Bulldogs have grabbed a 17-11 lead. Carnevale, his first personal foul. And on the line, Minahan. Alex, and got it. So Minahan drops it. 7 points for Alex Minahan here in this second quarter alone. He has got 10 in all, and it's Livonia 18-11 with 6.5 left to play in half number 1 here at the Corral. On top, Wadsworth, high post pass. Jonah Gray, right side wing. It is Carnevale bottled up momentarily, and now Wadsworth with it out front. Right side wing. 6 on the shot clock. Left side bounce pass out front. Colin Gray off the window, no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Sean Minahan, forecourt. Alex back on top. Sean, right side wing. It is Coyle into the corner. Alex Minahan comes to get it. High post pass, Michael Bean. Right side wing. Stefan Gwynn gives it back. Bean, turnaround jumper, banks it off the window, and Bean with 4 points in the ball game. 5:42 left, and it's 20-11. Livonia by 9. Left side wing, high post pass, Jonah Gray elevates from the foul line. Can't get it to drop. Rebound wrestled away. Michael Bean with it. Now Minahan up the floor on the left-hand side, puts a shot off the window, and it's good. Alex Minahan, what a ball game he's having. 5:17 left, and it's 22-11 Livonia. Left side corner, looking to take the baseline. Drew Morrow whistling a foul on Stefan Gwynn. Gwynn, his first. Jake Smith in, Ryan Carnevale out. So Colin Gray will put the ball in play. 22-11, Livonia with a lead. 5:08 left to play in the half. Jump shot, Jonah, foul line, no good. Rebound, Michael Bean for the Bulldogs. Leaves it out front for Coyle. And now Sean Minahan will run the offense for Matt Young's team, who leads the game 22-11. Left side corner, bounce pass, entry down low. Gwynn off the window, no good. Rebound, wrestled away underneath by Bean. Whistle and a foul as he tried to put it back up. I believe it was Jonah Gray, his first personal foul. And going to the line is going to be Michael Bean. So Bean on the line with 4:50 left to play, looking to add to Livonia's 11-point advantage. Bean with the first one, no good. Checking into the mix, Ben Sick for the Mustangs. He is in. Jonah Gray takes a seat. So Bean with the second one on the way. Livonia with an explosion here in this second quarter. He gets 1 of 2, and it's a 23-11 lead, Livonia. The Hinsdale Mustangs have not scored in this quarter yet. Jake Smith trying to change it from downtown. No good. And out of bounds it goes to the Livonia Bulldogs. So 4:35 left. And Livonia with a 12-0 run to start this second quarter. Right side corner, it's Gwynn looking down low. Michael Bean has the pass tipped by Ben Sick. Bounce pass underneath. Bean gives it out front. Sean Minahan cuts across the lane, stops, gets a couple of folks up in the air, and hits the short jumper. So Sean Minahan, 6 points in the game. 4:07 left to play, and it's 25-11. Gwynn up the right side of the floor, running scoop, no good, gets his own rebound back, tips and scores. You can't give up that offensive boards. 3:50 left, and it's 27-11 in favor of the Bulldogs. A whistle and a foul on the baseline. And I believe it was Sean Minahan, the guilty party. His first, team's fourth. Timeout on the floor by the Livonia Bulldogs. 32nd. 3:43 showing on the first half timer here at the Corral, where the Livonia Bulldogs have turned things around, and they've turned up the heat on the defensive side of things. Livonia with a 16-0 run in the first 4.5 minutes of this second quarter. So Livonia saw themselves trail at 1.5-0, 7-2. Teams were tied at 11 at the end of the quarter, and now Livonia with a 27-11 lead as Gray puts it in play. Smith tries to get it down low, picked off by Sean Minahan ahead. It's Alex Minahan cutting, shooting, and scoring. So Sean Minahan to Alex Minahan, and with 3:31 left, it's 29-11, an 18-0 run, spinning into the paint. Morrow has the shot blocked. Outside jumper is no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Forecourt pass. Alex Minahan again on the other end. Timeout, Dansville, with 3:14 left to play, and it's now 31-11. As Livonia on a 20-0 run here in this second quarter. As Dave Moody wisely calls timeout, and Alex Minahan, 13 points in the second quarter alone. He's got 16 overall. And I've got to say probably at least 5 of those were breakaways off of steals for layups. Jack Carney, the 5'10 sophomore, checks in now for the Livonia Bulldogs. Mustangs with Jake Smith, Drew Morrow, Ben Sick, Colin Gray, it looks like. Livonia with Michael Bean, Jack Carney, Chris Coyle, Sean and Alex Minahan. 3:14 left to play here in quarter number 2. Livonia with a 31-11 lead in the midst of a 20-0 second quarter run. Ben Sick in the backcourt. Tyler Harris is back. So Harris brings it across midcourt, left side of the arc, tries to work up top. Drew Morrow, turnaround jumper from the foul line. No good. Not sure if Michael Bean might have got a piece of that or not. Either way, Livonia's going to end up with the basketball. Sick checks out, and Bryce Applin returns now for the red, black, and white. Bulldogs bring it across midcourt. Sean Minahan puts it on the floor and leaves it for Alex Minahan. Alex on top. Bean fakes, dribbles, baseline right side, banks it off the glass. 7 points for Michael Bean. And with 2:43 left, it's 33-11 in the paint. Morrow, jumper no good. 22-0 run for Livonia with 2.5 left to play here in the first half. Whistle. It's going to be an illegal screen on the left-hand side on Chris Coyle. That's his first. Dansville gets the ball back, and back on top, it's Tyler Harris. Harris gives it up on the right side. Colin Gray, high post pass. Drew Morrow, left side wing. Ryan Carnevale into the left side corner. Baseline, it's Harris, jumper, and gets it to fall. So Harris, with 2:10 left to play, drains a bucket. Dansville's first score of the second quarter, 33-13. Back out front, Bean stops the foul line, short on the jumper, rebound. Jack Coyle puts it up off the window, and Chris Coyle gets it to drop. Coyle at the offensive boards with 1:44 left, 35-13 Livonia. Harris outside the arc in the right, left side it's Carnevale. Carnevale returns it right side corner. It's Colin Gray taking the baseline, cross-court pass. Carnevale from downtown, no good. Right side rebound, last touch by Colin Gray. Jonah Gray checks in. Colin Gray checks out. 1:25 showing on the timer, and Livonia, Justin Skelly will check in when time permits. Sean Minahan across midcourt on the left side, brushes his man off on the pick, short jumper, and gets it to drop. Sean Minahan with 8 in the ball game. With 1:08 left to play, it's 37-13 Livonia. Bulldogs with a large lead. Left side, Jonah Gray. Left side wing, it's Harris. Launching one from downtown, no good. Right side rebound. Morrow in the paint, turns, spins, fires, and scores. So Morrow with a bucket. With 46 ticks of the timer left, 37-15. Livonia with the bulge. On top, Jack Carney down low. Coming over the back, whistle and a foul. It's going to be Ryan Carnevale. That's his second. 1-1. Checking in, Justin Skelly, the 6'2 junior for Livonia. He'll spell Michael Bean. As Sean Minahan will go to the line with 34 seconds left to play. Minahan, first one on the way, got it. He'll get one more. Livonia adds to the lead at 38-15. Looking to get 2. Second one on the way, and he got them both. So a 39-15 lead for the Bulldogs. 31 seconds left to play here in the first half. Right side bounce pass, Applin. Entry pass down low for Morrow is tipped away, last touch by Livonia. 22 seconds remain now. 39-15, Livonia with the lead. Right side corner, it's Carnevale. Has the ball picked off by Coyle. Chris Coyle ahead of the field, goes all the way for the shot and the score. His second bucket of the ball game. Steele in the deuce with 15 seconds left, and it's 41-15 with 9 seconds. Carnevale out front. Harris with 5. Carnevale with 3. Cross court. Applin, foul line jumper. Got it to go at the buzzer. And a foul on Alex Minahan. So Applin with a 2+1 will end the half with the free throw, it looks like. So Bryce Applin looking to put a punctuation mark on the tail end of things as the half will draw to a close with Applin. Let's see, they're going to say 0.2 seconds left to play. So Applin will go to the line and everybody will come back out. 0.2 seconds barely gives you time to breathe. So Applin trying to complete the three-point play, and he fails to do so. So gets the 2, but not the 1. And the first half is history, ladies and gentlemen. Here on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network, your score at halftime. The Livonia Bulldogs 41, the Dansville Mustangs 17. We'll be back with a scoring wrap-up for you in just a moment. Well, we are at halftime on the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network, where the Dansville Mustangs grabbed an early lead, looking pretty good early on, but boy, have the Livonia Bulldogs turned the tables as they went on a 22-0 run over the first 5 minutes of quarter number 2 and have taken control of this basketball game here at the Mustangs Corral in Dansville and own a 41-17 lead. Game got underway with the Dansville Mustangs. Tyler Harris drilled a 3 and Drew Morrow a deuce, and all of a sudden the Mustangs had themselves a quick 5-0 lead in the first minute of play. And the Bulldogs started to dig in a little bit and very patiently got themselves back in the ball game. And not only did they get themselves back in the ball game, did they took themselves a mighty lead with some good anticipation. A couple of those turning points there were steals by Alex Minahan, anticipating some inside passes and entry passes. And Minahan, with his quickness, wound up on the other end of the floor. And probably 4 or 5 times, I would have to say, he laid shots off the window very easily for scores. Those easy buckets, look for those high percentage shots, and the Bulldogs had plenty of them in the second quarter for sure. Taking a look inside the scoring in the first half, the Livonia Bulldogs outscoring Dansville 30-6 in the second quarter. Alex Minahan leading all scores with 16. 13 of those points came in the second quarter. Sean Minahan has contributed 10 in the ball game, 6 in the second quarter. Michael Bean has had 5 of his 7 in the second period. Stephen Gwynn with 4. Chris Coyle with his 2 field goals. He's got 4 points. They also have come in the second quarter. Livonia from the free throw line, 5 out of 8 thus far in the first half. Meanwhile, the Dansville Mustangs have been paced by Drew Morrow's 8 points, Tyler Harris with 7, including a 3, and Bryce Applin with 2. Dansville 0 for 1 from the free throw line here in the first half. In case you just joined us and were wondering what was going on earlier on, well, Brad Morrow and the Dansville Junior Varsity squad picked themselves up a 56-41 win in the JV contest to start the evening's action. In that ball game, Dansville grabbed themselves an 18-10 lead and led 25-16 at the half by 9. So Livonia certainly was in the ball game, but Dansville just extended it slightly in the third quarter with a 19-13 run and maintained that margin of about a dozen or so. Wound up in the end with a 56-41 win, the first Dansville JV win of the year. The Dansville JVs, they were paced by Ethan Canfield's 16 points, Reed Martin with 11, Nate Gardner with 13, Zayden Blackman and Azan Sohail with 4 apiece, Jamison Kelly and Aiden Ziefel with 3 each, and Reese Dixon contributing with 2 in the ball game. Livonia's JVs were led by Lucas Ray's 14 points, Luke Faso with 8. Connor Freehan and Jackson Cook with 6 apiece. 2 each for Tommy Stewart, TJ Gauss, and Matt Bean. And Owen Weatherings with 1 for the JV Bulldogs. Well, the Dansville Mustangs will be back in action on Saturday when they will be hosting the Leroy-Acton Knights here for an afternoon contest. JV set for 2 p.m., Varsity for 4. We will have video coverage of that varsity game on Saturday, so hope you'll join us then on the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network. Meanwhile, Livonia fans will be seeing the Bulldogs playing host to Avon on Saturday. And Monday, they'll be hosting Bath, and then the Hornell Red Raiders come to town. Funny way the schedule has been configured. The Dansville Mustangs will have 5 straight home games starting with tonight's. Livonia will have 5 straight home games starting with Saturday's game against Avon. We'll be back with more when second half action unfolds on the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network in just a moment. Now back here at the Mustangs Corral in Dansville, where we have just learned that Alex Minahan, with that bucket in the second quarter, scored his 1,000th point. Also, we would like to make a correction for Livonia fans as well, that Saturday game with the Avon Braves is not an evening game. It will be a 4 o'clock varsity start, JV at 2. So much like the Dansville-Leroy matchup on Saturday, Avon and Livonia do battle, 2 o'clock JV, varsity at 4. So the Dansville Mustangs with the basketball as they seek better fortunes here in the second half than they had in that second quarter. Tyler Harris brings it across midcourt as they move from right to left now. On the right side, Wadsworth into the corner, ball shot partially blocked by Stephon Gwynn. Underneath and out of bounds. Troy Galbraith tried to stay in bounds with it, was unable to do so. But Gwynn got a piece of that shot. Bulldogs almost came away with it. Colin Gray gets it in out front. Tyler Harris outside the arc. So congratulations to Alex Minahan with his 1,000th point. Wadsworth shooting, no good. Long rebound. Alex Minahan again outside the arc. Accelerates left side off the window. Gets it to fall. 18 points for Alex Minahan. So with 7:21 left here in this third quarter, it's a 43-17 Livonia lead. High post pass, turnaround jumper, Jonah Gray, no good. Galbraith collects the rebound, right side, Sean Minahan. Into the middle, right side corner, Bean with it. Brings it over the top, Sean Minahan from downtown, looking for three, no good. Rims it out, right side, Drew Morrow chases it down, and now Colin Gray goes to work. Gives it off, left side corner, Wadsworth with it. Bounce pass underneath, cross-court pass out front. Morrow jump stop in the paint, whistle, bottled up and fouled. Finally, Michael Bean whistle for the personal foul, his first, and Morrow will parade to the free throw line. 6:46 left to play in the third. 43-17 your score. Livonia with the upper hand. Morrow with 8 points in the game and can't get the first one to drop. He'll get one more. He was fouled in the act of shooting. So Morrow to the stripe once more. And Drew can't get either one to go. Whistle and a foul called on Jonah Gray. That's his second. So the Mustangs misfire on both sides. Dansville 0 for 3 on their home floor from the free throw line in the ball game. Livonia 5 out of 8 thus far. Minahan gives it up right side. Galbraith. Double team pressure out front. Minahan dumps it down low. Gwynn muscles his way down low, puts it up off the glass, and gets it to drop. Gwynn with a deuce with the 6:28 mark. 45-17 Livonia. Wadsworth outside the arc on the left. Puts it on the floor. 1-3-1 zone defense by the Bulldogs with Sean Minahan challenging the ball out front. Now right-hand side bounce pass underneath. Morrow trying to dump it down low to Jonah Gray. A little too hot with that pass. A step ahead of him, and Livonia gets it back off of the unforced turnover. Left side, Alex Minahan in the fourth, who scored his 1,000th point in that first half. Right-hand side, over the top opposite. Minahan again, trying three. Got it, +1. 3 + 1. A foul on Jonah Gray on the play. Alex Minahan with a potential 4-point play here with 5:48 left to play. 48-17, so Minahan drops a 3 + 1. So Alex over that 1,000 mark and misfires. Can't get the 4-point play, but makes it 48-17 either way. Left side, it's Colin Gray out front. Morrow, left side corner, jumper, 10-footer, no good. Rebounded, Sean Minahan. Minahan has the ball knocked away by Tyler Harris, stolen away, whistle and a foul called on Sean Minahan. That's his first. Alex and Sean cousins. Ryan Carnevale is back for Dansville as Jonah Gray checks out with his third personal foul. So Ryan Carnevale will get things underway right in front of Dave Moody's bench. 48-17 Livonia with the lead. after a 22-0 run to start the first 5 minutes of the second quarter. Bounce pass underneath. Morrow double teamed. Left side, it's Carnevale cutting across the lane, shot blocked, taken by Alex Minahan. Alex Minahan up the floor on the right-hand side, stops, lets the traffic clear, puts it up, and puts it in. So Alex Minahan, what a ball game he has had. At the 5:04 mark, it is 50-17 in favor of the Bulldogs. Whistle and a foul on the dribble drive. And it's going to go on Stefan Gwynn. Gwynn's second personal. Was it in the act of shooting? Apparently not. So Ryan Carnevale will put the ball back in play. And checking in, Chris Coyle. So Chris Coyle in. Alex Minahan gets a breather. Alex with 23 points in the ball game already. Right corner bounce pass taken away by Gwynn with a steal. Sean Minahan goes the other way with it for the Bulldogs. Right-hand side, whistle and a foul called. I believe it was Tyler Harris. Hand check, his second personal. Team's third here in the second half for the Mustangs. 4:46 left to play. 50-17, Livonia with a large lead. Left side wing, it is Coyle. High post pass, tries to give it back to him. One of those situations where you zigged when you should have zagged. Bryce Applin re-enters the Dansville lineup. Colin Gray takes a seat. 50-17, Livonia in command. 4.5 left to play in number 3. Over the top right side, it's Harris cutting inside. Underhand scoop, draws the foul on Bean, but can't get the shot to drop. Michael Bean's second personal foul. So Tyler Harris will go to the line. 7 points in the game for Harris. All of them coming in the first half, 5 of them in the first quarter. He can't get the first one to drop. Dansville hitless in 4 trips from the free throw line. And the second one for Tyler Harris as he tries to get the Mustangs on the board in the second half. No good. Michael Bean collects the rebound. No, Bulldogs with it out front. 4:18 left to play in the third. They lead it 50-18. Right side wing, Sean Minahan, foul line extended. And now Bean looks left, gives right. Sean Minahan swings it up top, left side wing. Ryan Carnevale deflected it off of Galbraith. Good hustle by Carnevale. Dansville gets it back off the turnover, and Jake Smith checks into the Dansville lineup now. Checking in for Dawson Wadsworth. Now in the left side wing, it is Smith. Smith over the top, leaves it on top for Carnevale. Over the top opposite, picked off by Galbraith. Galbraith up the floor on the right-hand side. Whistle and a foul called out front on Ryan Carnevale on a block, his third personal. And getting it underneath will be the Bulldogs, and it looks like Justin Skelly will return for Matt Young. Stefan Gwynn, I believe he banged up his knee a little bit more in that first half. He was ginger with it. And now he takes the brace off over there on the Livonia bench. He may be done for the night. Foul line jumper for Michael Bean, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds, last touch by Troy Galbraith as he and Tyler Harris battle for the basketball. Dansville with it. They trail 50-17. 3:34 left to play here in the third quarter. On the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. Glad you could be with us tonight. Things opened well for Dansville, but boy, have the Bulldogs come to life. Looking to go 4-0 on the young season, although you can't call it young anymore. Bounce pass in the right side wing. Morrow kicks it out front. Sean Minahan takes the pass away. Puts it into the half-court offense. Looks to the left-hand side. It's Coyle, foul line left. Coyle High post pass for Bean. Coyle again. Entry on the left-hand side. Left-hand shot off the window. Gets it to drop. Chris Coyle with a nice bucket on that dribble drive with 2:50 left to play. 52-17 Livonia. Whistle on a foul. Mustangs basketball. Foul assessed on Sean Minahan, his third. Alex Minahan checks in. Sean checks out. So, Jake Smith looks to put it in play. Left side corner. Carnevale gets it back to Smith. Smith penetrating shot blocked out front that time by Michael Bean. Taking Alex Minahan. Hanging, shooting, scoring. 2+1. Alex Minahan. 2:36 left to play, and it's now a 54-17 Livonia lead. Try to add to that. So the lefty Minahan, and no good. Can't get it to drop. Rebound to Livonia, however. Back out front on top, it's Galbraith. Swings it right side. Alex Minahan, high post pass for Bean. Jump shot right side off the window. Gets it to drop. Michael Bean with 9. 2:14 left to play in the third. 56-17 Bulldogs. High post pass Applin, left side. Rigdon lets fly, no good. Rebound Morrow, offensive glass, gets it to fall. So Morrow, with 1:56 left, gets the Mustangs' first basket of the second half. 56-19. Back on top, it's Alex Minahan with Rigdon on him. A minute 41, 56-19 at your score. Livonia in the lead. Jumps out right side corner. Galbraith, no good. Chased down by Morrow. Morrow up front. Stops in the paint, puts a shot up and in. So Morrow, a little T-Berry shuffle right there and gets it to drop. 56-21 in favor of the Bulldogs. A minute 11 left to play in the third period. Alex Minahan pulls up, shoots, and scores a deuce. So Alex Minahan makes it 58-21. Jake Smith off the glass from the left-hand side, no good. Bulldogs collect the rebound, and Alex Minahan again with it out front. Right side wing leaves it for Galbraith. Evan Swan at the scorer's table, set to check in. Jump it up, they say. Good defensive play that time by Michael Bean. Ben Sick is back for Dansville as Morrow sits. 58-21. Livonia with the lead with 36 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Alex Minahan, as he clips the 1,000 point mark in his career, left side jumper, got it. 3 for Alex Minahan. Minahan with 3, 61-21 Bulldogs. On top, Rigdon with 17 seconds, leaves it for Carnevale in the left side corner. Applin cutting across the paint. Shot off the window, no good. Alex Minahan again with 7, with 6, with 5. Out front, right side, Galbraith, foul line jumper, no good. We've come to the end of 3 periods of play at the Mustangs Corral in Dansville. It's been all Livonia, ladies and gentlemen. Livonia 61, Dansville 21. All right, move to the fourth quarter here on the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network. Glad you could be with us here tonight. Livonia Bulldogs putting on quite a show, showing why they are 3-0 and looking to be 4-0. If things remain this way, this one would take a miracle comeback by the Dansville Mustangs to win this one, trailing by 40 as they enter this fourth quarter. Colin Gray, Dawson Wadsworth, Ryan Carnavale, Bryce Ablin, Ben Sick out there for Dave Moody's team. Sean Minahan, Chris Coyle, Evan Swan. No good. Rebound taken down by Coyle. Sean Minahan out there along with Jack Carney for Matt Young's team. Carney, left side bounce pass on the baseline. A whistle and a foul called on Ben Sick. His first. And Jack Carney will get things started underneath on the left-hand side for the Bulldogs. 61-21. Don't adjust your sets. That's correct. Left side corner bounce pass underneath. Baseline pass off the window. It's Justin Skelly who gets things going for the Bulldogs. At the 7:31 mark, 63-21. Livonia in command of this one, looking to be 4-0. Dansville will hit the 500 mark at 1-1. Jumper in the paint, no good. A whistle and a foul, however. And it'll send Colin Gray to the line. So Colin Gray with a couple of free throws with 7:17 showing on the timer. And finally hits the first free throw of the night for the Mustangs. 1 out of 6, make it 2 out of 7. So Gray knocks them both down, 63-23. On the right side, Jack Carney. Left side, it's Sean Minahan. Over the top opposite. Coyle in the paint. Jump stop. Short jumper. Got it. Chris Coyle with the bucket. He has got 8. Coyle with a deuce. 6:58. Timeout called Livonia. So the Bulldogs take a timeout. Gives us an opportunity to remind you. Be sure to tune in our next telecast on Saturday afternoon when the Dansville Mustangs are right back here and the Leroy O'Acton Knights invade the Valley. JV game at 2. Our coverage of varsity action will begin at 4. Dansville Mustangs with 5 straight home games tonight. Saturday against Leroy, Monday against Tornell, next Wednesday against Warsaw, and next Friday against Bath, before they finish the season on the road. So the Mustangs with it, trailing 65-23. Dawson Wadsworth with it out front, running the offense, left side wing. Bounce pass underneath, picked off by the Bulldogs and taken back away by Ryan Carnavale, but the Bulldogs come out of there with it. Left side wing, Kevin Travis puts the shot up and gets it to drop. Travis, a former Dansville Mustang. 6:29 left to play, 67-23. Jumper in the paint for Colin Gray, no good. Rebound, Evan Swan. Travis, left side wing, Jake Watkins. No, whistle and a foul underneath. See who that's on. I believe it's Drew Morrow. No, check it. It's on Colin Gray, his second. And going to the line is going to be Justin Skelly, the 6'2 junior, Free throws on the way and buries the first one. So Skelly, 3 points in the ball game. Colin Gray checks out. Jacob Smith checks in. So Skelly on the line with 3 points, make it 4. So Skelly drops them both. 69-23, Livonia. Out front, it's Jake Smith coming high post through Morrow. Morrow on the left side of the lane, puts a shot off the glass and draws a foul on Evan Swan. That's his first, and Morrow will go to the free throw line with 6:01 left to play in the ball game. So Morrow, first one on the way, gets it to fall. 13 for Drew in the ball game. So Morrow, second one on the way, and gets 1 of 2. Jump it up, they're going to say good hustle by Jake Smith off of that loose ball. But the possession arrow favoring Livonia, so the Bulldogs get the basketball. They lead it 69-24. On top, Kevin Travis leaves it out front now for Carney. Carney at the foul line, pulls up to the jumper, no good. Right side rebound. Skelly fouled in the paint. See who the guilty party was. It's Jake Smith, his first, no, checking his second personal. And going to the line, Justin Skelly with 5:40 left to play in the ball game and can't get it to go down. Evan Swan with a tip in the score, though. So Swan with a tip makes it 71-24 in favor of Livonia. Top of the arc for 3, no good for Wadsworth. Swan with the rebound. Travis across midcourt, left side wing. It's Watkins. Returns it left side of the arc, swing it right side. Out front, cutting across the paint. Watkins spins it off the window and gets it to fall. So Jake Watkins with a deuce at the 5:04 mark. 73-24, Livonia. Kevin Travis with a steal out front. Down the lane, underhand scoop on the right side, draws the foul on Smith. Jake's third, and Travis will be going to the line. 4:52 remaining in the ball game. Livonia with a 73-24 advantage. It's a little more than an advantage right there. And Travis knocks the first one down. He'll get one more. So Rigdon, Applin, and Harris are back for Dansville. Carnivale, Wadsworth, and Sick take a seat. Kevin Travis buries the second one as well. So Travis knocks them both down, 75-24 as he comes back to haunt his old mates. Harris for 3, no good. Applin with a tip, no good. Morrow with a tip, no good. Smith with a tip, finally gets it to drop. Jake Smith with a deuce, 4:31 left, and it's 75-26, Livonia. On top, it's Carney. Carney stops the foul line, leaves it for Kevin Travis. Uses a pick on the right side and gives it up into the corner. Watkins with the entry pass down low for Evan Swan. Cross-court pass knocked away and taken away by Harris. Harris on the right-hand side takes it into the corner as Drew Meyer with a turnaround. Short of the mark. Rebound off of the floor to Evan Swan. Travis's pass on the left side. They'll swing it back right side. Carney outside the arc for 3, and he got it. Jack Carney with a 3. 3:44 left to play, and it's 78-26 Livonia. Bulldog was with the large lead. On top, left side wing, cutting to the hole. It's Morrow. Goes all the way for the shot and the score. Morrow with the bucket. Timeout, Dansville. 3:29 left to play in the ball game with your score now. The Livonia Bulldogs 78. The Dansville Mustangs 28. JV game earlier today, won by Dansville, 56-41. But boy, after a 22-0 run over the first 5 minutes of the second quarter by Livonia, they turned this ball game right around. Bulldogs with the basketball. Kevin Travis bringing it up the floor for Matt Young's team. 3.5 minutes left to play in the game. Jack Carney bottled up momentarily. Watkins, pass right side. Skelly with a bank shot off the window. 6 points for Skelly. Skelly makes it an 80-28 ball game with 3:06 left to play. Outside jumper is good for Jonah Gray. So Gray knocks one down. Makes it 80-30. 2:53 left. And out front, handling it. High post pass. Watkins gives it up. Swan's shot in the paint. No good. Whistle and a foul in the backcourt on Jack Carney. His first. But both teams over the limit. So that will send the Mustangs to the free throw line. Jake Smith with 2:41 left to play, looking to get it inside the 50 mark. Smith with 2 points in the ball game, make it 3 as he knocks the first one down. Ben Sick in. Caleb Rigdon out. So Smith gets 1 of 2. Whistle and offensive rebounding foul called on Ben Sick, his second. And Livonia with an 80-31 lead. 2.5 left to play. Kevin Travis out front. Handles the basketball, leaves it for Jake Watkins. Watkins high post pass for Swan out front. Travis feeds down low. Skelly muscling it in. Whistling a foul on Bryce Applin, his first. And going to the line, Justin Skelly once again. 2:17 left to play in the game. Livonia with an 80-31 lead. Skelly with the first one, no good. He'll get one more. 80-31, Livonia. And Skelly with the second one on the way. Can't get either one to go. Bryce Applin grabs the rebound. Left side wing. As Harris trying to get it to Jonah Gray in the left side corner. Travis knocked it away. And now Jake Smith will put it in play from there. 2:11 left to play in the ball game. Livonia will go home at 4-0. Dansville will be 1-1. Jonah Gray along the baseline, whistling a foul on Kevin Travis. That's his first. So Colin Gray will go to the line. 2:06 left to play. 80-31 your score. Livonia with the lead as Jonah knocks the first of 2 down. He'll get one more. 80-32. Gray with the second one on the way, and no good. It's 1 out of 2. 80-32. Ball belongs to Livonia after the mad scramble across the way. And Kevin Travis with the basketball on top. Gives it up on the left-hand side. Watkins looks down low, comes back over the top, uses up the dribble and leaves it for Carney. Takes it along the baseline, shot blocked by Jake Smith. Rigdon is back. Harris is out. 1:47 left in the ball game. Bounce pass to Travis outside the arc on the right. Pulls the trigger on three. No good. Rebound taken by Ben Sick for the Mustangs. Rigdon across midcourt. Left side, Jonah Gray cuts baseline, shoots and scores, and draws the foul. So Jonah Gray with a 2+1 opportunity with 1:35 left to play, making it 80-34. So Jonah Gray with a 2+1 and can't get the +1. So 80-34. Across midcourt, Kevin Travis uses up the dribble, left side wing. Smith almost came up with a steal. Carney leaves it in the corner for Skelly. Back out front on top. Handling it there, Jake Watkins, and now Skelly dumps the pass down low, and Evan Swan with a turnaround shot in the paint that finds the mark with 1:04 left to play, 82-34. Whistle out front beforehand on the Bulldogs. It's going to be on Jake Watkins. That's his first. And Jonah Gray with 59 ticks of the timer on the line. Jonah with 5 points in the game. Make it 6. So Jonah on the line and buries it. So Gray hits them both, 82-36. On top, it's Travis with 49 seconds left. Travis leaning in, shooting, and draws the foul on Bryce Applin, but can't get the shot to drop. Travis will go to the free throw line with 45 seconds left to go. Livonia will be hosting Avon, Bath, and then Hornell in that sequence in the upcoming days. Travis buries the first one, 5 points for Kevin in the ball game. 83-36. And he gets 1 out of 2. Sick with the rebound. Rigdon across midcourt. 40 seconds left. On top, Smith from downtown. No good. Right side rebound. Evan Swan, right side. Kevin Travis across midcourt with 30 seconds left to play in the game. 83-36. Livonia will be 4-0 when this one is over. In the paint, Skelly leaves it baseline right. Battle for the basketball, taking it right side. Watkins draws the foul on Ben Sick, his third, and Watkins will go to the line. Everybody except Troy Galbraith for the Livonia Bulldogs has scored in this ball game. So Watkins, first one, no good. 13 seconds left to play in the ball game. Danzo will slip to 1-1. Livonia will be at 4-0 as we enter the weekend. So Watkins gets 1 of 2. 84-36. Rigdon right side with 8. Smith out front with 6. Shooting off the window, no good with 3, with 2, with 1. That'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. Your final score from the Mustangs Corral tonight on the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network. The Livonia Bulldogs 84, the Dansville Mustangs 36. We'll be back with a brief wrap-up of the scoring for you in just a moment. 13, 11, 1, 9, 6. Hi, how's it going? 10, 3, 8, 4, 5. Now back here at the Mustangs Corral, the Deansville Mustangs Sports Network, Livonia Bulldogs use a 22-0 run in the first 5 minutes of the second quarter tonight to break things open to 41-17 at halftime, and they coast to an 84-36 win over the Dansville Mustangs. Congratulations not only to the Bulldogs, but to Alex Minahan, as he scored his 1,000th point in the second quarter, as he needed 16 to hit 1,000, and he got 16 in the first half. And congratulations to Alex. He would go on to add 14 more. Alex finishing the night with 30 points on the evening. Sean Minahan with 10. Other Livonia scorers saw Michael Bean with 9, Justin Scally with 6, Chris Coyle with 8, Jack Carney with 3. Kevin Travis contributed 5, Stephen Gwynn with 6, and Jake Watkins with 3, as Livonia went 11 of 21 from the free throw line. The Dansville Mustangs were paced by Drew Morrow's 15 points, Jonah Gray with 8, Tyler Harris with 7, Jake Smith with 3, Bryce Applin and Colin Gray with 2 apiece, as Dansville went 50% from the free throw line tonight, as they went 8 out of 16. So the Livonia Bulldogs improved to 4-0. They will host Avon in a 4 o'clock start, varsity-wise, on Saturday. We will be right back here at the Corral, as Dansville will be hosting the Leroy-Acton Knights, as Dave Moody's Mustangs looking to try and get back on the winning track on Saturday. JV game at 2, varsity game at 4. Hope you will join us then. Our thanks to everyone who has tuned in tonight. May God bless you and keep you safe and well. We'll be back here again on Saturday when the Leroy-Acton Knights take on the Dansville Mustangs on the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network. JV game went Dansville's way tonight, 56-41. Your final in the varsity, Livonia 84, the Dansville Mustangs 36. Good night, everybody. You too.